and we potentially get Yuya's first rival in the series. So I got a lot of strong feedback from the last episode that I did of Arc V, you know, it literally came out a day ago with the subbing, and this is why I did warn you that the subbings are going to be random for Arc V, but then as well they catched up, and also as well seeing from your feedback as well from the last one, which I got a lot of strong positive feedback of people saying, you know, they wanted me to keep doing this, like, you know, they'll explain like the pendulum cards for me, and it was really simple. So the people that still don't even get it, I'm going to explain what pendulum summoning is to you before I get into the episode. Okay, so we seem to have like a two-set scale thing, which also as well Yuya explained in this episode that we seem to understand. So let's just say, for example, and yes, these are old cards, if we had like a Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunders, which is a level 10 monster, and it's got a set scale of 10, and then this Sapphire Pegasus had a 4, if we put the two together, you'll be able to summon monsters from the level 5 to 9 through your, I believe from your hand, from your hand or field. That's what I'm guessing so far. I don't know if you can special summon these from your extra deck. I've heard that you can have some monsters in your extra deck as well. Like, you can special summon some monsters that are also off those cards. That's what I'm guessing of, like, the pendulum monsters. It's, like I said, they've still got to explain so much about this so far, but that's what pretty much I got from it. So if I use these two, I could pretty much summon anything through 5 to 9 without limitations for, I believe it's just to that turn, actually. If that continues staying on the field, that's going to be weird, because someone also explained to me as well that these cards are also considered as magic cards as well. So pretty much you could just blow out your opponent's pendulum cards with that, and I'm pretty sure there is limitations, not to mention that you have got the effects with once per turn. Not to mention throughout the action dueling as well, we also have a permanent field card as well. Like I said, we got Rainbow Runes here that would always be activated. Sort of like the same thing as it was in 5Ds. However, we haven't really seen that much implemented. It just seemed to be a nice design at the background from what we've seen so far, and also as well with the action cards as well. So overall, that is pretty much the explanation of what we've got so far, a pendulum, or what I've got so far from it. So we seem to have Yuya has seemed to go on the basics through pendulum summon after trying so many times. It seems like pretty much his bread and butter or doing the pendulum summons are pretty much the two magicians that he's got through the 1 to 8 to make the level 7 scale that he's got. And we meet to see his rival in this series, which seems to be like Sawatari Shingo, like a student at LDS, a Leo Duel School, which seems to be like a rival, dueling school for them. And it seems like, whilst, Yuya's school is very kind of run down and sort of, kind of a little bit trashy compared to their one. LDS has, a crazy amount of stuff, you know. It reminds me of, GX, when they had, huge island for it and all that. It was just a huge academy, and we did see, one of the characters as well, one of the other little kids as well, that is going to be joining Yuya, so I'm guessing after this duel that he's probably going to join up with him, or maybe he has a duel with him. And there was a kind of nice, short little mention of, XYZ synchros and fusions, and it makes me wonder throughout this series, without this, although they just didn't say, oh yes, we've got these cards, it makes me wonder, are they going to incorporate them back again in the series? It seems like for every Yu-Gi-Oh series, they don't really do that. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh, the original series, had all of them, fusions and rituals and all that. GX really did heavily focus on fusion cards. 5Ds was synchro. There was some fusions in 5Ds that they implemented, and then throughout ZL, there was nothing but XYZ. There was a few fusions here and there. I know it's Kaito had a few of them, but definitely, yeah, I want to know if they're going to keep doing that, because all we've seen so far is literally just tribute monsters that they just keep tributing or release, which is cool. I like to see some more tribute monsters and all that throughout the series, but then it's yeah, they show us a little bit more fusion, synchros, XYZs. I would like to see them. And the duel starts pretty much with Sawatari actually stealing his 2 magician cards, saying, "Oh, I need to use this," since the whole president seems like he wants this for some certain reason. Maybe there's some sort of magical power between these pendulum summonings. And for the duel, he's pretty much doing them to get him back. And not to mention, he's got all his friends trapped up in the tower, which looks like, London's bridge just there, literally there. That's what his field spell is based off. And what we find out is which I gotta love Yuya. He was pulling off some Indiana Jones shits with that Entomate Viper. He was just swinging around like Indiana Jones going for that shit. And when we see it, that he actually picks up action cards, but surprisingly, they'll also trap action cards as well. It kind of reminds me of ZL when they had that, I believe, that third arc of that dueling tournament, the finals. They sort of had trap cards that can affect you, or magic cards. So that's sort of another thing you gotta be careful of. Now, not every card that you pick up is going to be something that will help you. It probably depends as well with each field as well, since we saw through the first 2 duels that they were just pretty much just getting action cards, as you know, like evasion and stuff like that. But then as well, there's cards like that, which I'm a little bit annoyed. Like, yeah, like to be honest, I would prefer if it was just a legit game, if it was just like that. But then as well, like, yeah, it's adding something new to it, so I can't really hate on it. And it's like, but the new guy he's got, like Shingo, his deck seems to be like, it seems to be like a dart deck, because he keeps throwing darts, and then he has like a, when he pulled off the pendulum summon as well by like sacrificing one of his monsters to add like one of the magicians, because I think one of the magicians itself, that when it isn't a scale card, it's like a level 5, so he added that into his hand. And then you added them together, and he added like something like a level 4, like a level 5, a level 7. He had like pretty powerful monsters, and from like seeing like what the guy is, he's pretty much a dick. He threw like a bunch of fucking cards out and saying, yeah, use these trash. It seems like Yuya added one of them into his deck, which was like some block insect or something that we're gonna see like next week. Like maybe that might be like some Kariba effect on that. That's what I'm guessing, that it's gonna like save him for a turn to stop him. Right now, Yuya's summoned like this water thing, like this water insect, and it's like 500 attack mode, and he's pretty much fucked now at this point. So that's one is like, why on earth why did you put that in attack mode? Like, why not in defense or something like that? Unless that's like the only way you can travel around in the game if they're in attack position. Which is like, yeah, that's a little bit weird as well. Like, why would you do that? You know, play the game by legit rules and stuff. But overall, like, the sub translators keep doing this, you know, they keep on time and all that, because it seems like we've got another translator on there. And yeah, we're going to expect, like, you know, hopefully weekly Arc V reviews. I'm looking forward to doing this. But for the episode itself, it was generally good. I enjoyed it. Like, we had, you know, a new rival introduced. We had a few cards, a little bit of the duel here and there. And, you know, seeing a little bit more of some mentions, and it was a little bit funny here and there. Definitely want this fight concluded by next week's episode. Hopefully they'll do that. So I'm going to give this one, you know, like a 6.5. This was enjoyable. 6.5 to a 7. It was an enjoyable episode without that. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How is Yuya going to deal without his prime cards, his pendulum cards? What is he going to do with them? And also as well, what do you think about the new guy, Shingo? Do you think he's going to be an interesting rival? Do you think he's going to be any worth it with his dart deck? But that's all for me. I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys